Jagarev, yes, Mycroft Holmes often makes us decisions based on what is best for the nation's future rather than seeking immediate results. How can Sanyam Sadhana of level 1, level 2, Gayatri Japa and Trikal Sandhya enhance a leader's ability to make decisions with a long term vision rather than just focusing on short term gains? Yes, Jagadev, Sanyam Sadhana of level 1, level 2, and Gayatri Japa and Trikal Sandhya help leaders develop a deep connection to higher vision, allowing them to make decisions that benefit the future rather than yielding to short term pressures. Sanyam Sadhana of Level 2 introduces advanced meditation techniques, helping leaders connect to their inner wisdom and gain access to deeper levels of intuitive knowledge, which is essential for making long term sustainable decisions. Gayatri Japa, as a mantra of divine wisdom, aligns the leader's mind with the universal flow of time, giving them the foresight to understand the future consequences of their actions. Trikal Sandhya connects the leader with the divine rhythm of time, further strengthening their ability to see beyond immediate needs and focus on the greater picture. Together, these practices help leaders make decisions based on higher wisdom, ensuring that their actions lead to sustainability and growth in the long term, much like Mycroft, who often makes decisions with a far reaching vision for the country's future. Finally, how can art of living practices like Sudarshan Kriya, Shakti Kriya, and Guru Puja Phase 1 and Phase 2 help a leader develop a stronger foundation and connection with their spiritual purpose, ensuring they remain guided by higher principles rather than getting swayed by external pressures or political agendas? Sudarshan Kriya, Shakti Kriya, and Guru Puja create a strong spiritual foundation for a leader, ensuring they are guided by higher principles. Sudarshan Kriya helps to clear the mental clutter and emotional blockages, enabling leaders to connect with their true self and act from a place of inner clarity. Shakti Kriya strengthens the inner energy, providing the leader with the vitality and focus needed to make decisions that are aligned with their spiritual purpose. Guru Puja deepens the leader's connection to divine wisdom, ensuring their actions are in harmony with higher truths. These practices allow leaders to rise above external pressures, political games, and ego driven motives, ensuring that their decisions are always aligned with a higher mission, much like Mycroft, whose actions are driven by greater good rather than personal or political agendas. Mycroft Holmes's leadership is marked by his ability to influence subtly and guide the course of events from behind the scenes. How can practices like Sanyam Sadhana of level 1 and level 2, Upanenam and Gayatri Japa empower leaders to be more effective in their subtle influence, ensuring they can shape outcomes without drawing attention to themselves? Sanyam Sadhana of level 1, level 2, Upanenam and Gayatri Japa offer powerful tools for leaders to cultivate subtle influence. Sanyam Sadhana of level 1 and level 2 instills a sense of inner peace and mental discipline, helping leaders become more present and intuitive. This mindfulness enables them to make decisions and take actions that influence people and outcomes without needing to assert themselves overtly. Upanayana, as a spiritual initiation, creates a deep sense of commitment and discipline, allowing leaders to remain true to their values while operating behind the scenes. This discipline ensures their actions are aligned with their higher purpose, giving them the strength to remain detached from ego driven motives. Gayatri Japa, a mantra of divine illumination, enhances the leader's connection to higher wisdom and spiritual insight, making their influence more effective and impactful. Just like Mycroft, who exercises his power without seeking attention, these practices enable leaders to guide and shape events quietly and effectively while staying rooted in humility. Mycroft Holmes's approach to governance is often characterized by a sense of control without appearing controlling. He ensures the systems run smoothly through his calm presence and decisiveness. How can Sudarshan Kriya, Shakti Kriya, and Agni Karyam help a leader achieve this delicate balance of authority and detachment in leaderships? Sudarshan Kriya, Shakti Kriya, and Agni Karyam are essential practices for cultivating the right balance between authority and detachment. Sudarshan Kriya helps release stress and mental clutter, allowing the leader to stay calm and composed in high pressure situations. This emotional balance is key to maintaining control over complex situations. without appearing domineering or controlling. Shakti Kriya energizes the mind and body, providing the vitality needed to take decisive actions while grounding the leader in a sense of inner strength that doesn't require external validation. It allows the leader to remain focused and resilient even when decisions are difficult. Agni Karyam, through its sacred rituals, creates a mental purification and spiritual discipline, enabling leaders to stay detached from personal desires and the need to control every outcome. This enables them to lead with purpose and integrity, ensuring that their actions are always in service to the greater good. Much like Mycroft, who commands influence through his calm authority and subtle decisiveness without exerting overt control. One of the most striking features of Mycroft Holmes is his ability to see the big picture, often working towards long term goals without being distracted by the immediate circumstances. How can practices like Trikal Sandhya, Shaktigriya, and sadhana of level 1 and level 2 Sanyamka help leaders develop a bigger vision and remain focused on their long term objectives even when faced with short term obstacles? Trikal Sandhya, Shaktigriya, and Sanyam sadhana of level 1 and level 2 are key practices that allow leaders to cultivate visionary thinking and long term focus. Recalls under the practice of connecting with the divine during the three sacred times of the day aligns the leader with the natural rhythms of time, providing them with a deeper understanding of long term consequences and future outcomes. This enhances their ability to see the big picture and stay committed to their vision. Despite short term obstacles, Shakti Kriya, with its focus on energy and vitality, sharpens the leaders' mental clarity and strengthens their willpower, enabling them to persist in their long term goals even in the face of challenges. Sanyam sadhana of level 1 and level 2 through regular practice strengthens the leaders' inner discipline and focus, ensuring they remain centered and clear minded, preventing them from being derailed by distractions, just like Mycroft, who is always has an eye on the long term future for the country. These practices help leaders stay committed to their higher vision and mission and spiritual vision, ensuring they maintain steady course towards their goals. Jagrut. Mycroft is often seen as a master of foresight, making decisions that have long lasting impacts. How can practices such as Guru Puja, Sudarshan Kriya, and Upanayanam help a leader develop the spiritual foresight and clarity needed to make visionary decisions that influence the future of a nation or organization? Guru Puja, Sudarshan Kriya, and Upanayanam are powerful spiritual tools that help a leader develop the foresight needed to make decisions that transcend immediate circumstances. Guru Puja, through its daily practice, connects the leader to a source of divine wisdom and higher guidance through allowing them to make decisions based on long term vision and cosmic insight. This practice strengthens the leader's connection to a greater purpose, aligning their actions with universal principles. So, Darshan Kriya, through its breathing techniques, helps clear the mental fog and emotional clutter, enhancing mental clarity and allowing the leader to make decisions with a greater foresight. By regularly practicing Sudarshan Kriya, leaders cultivate a deep sense of awareness, which enables them to anticipate future needs and challenges. Upanayanam, as a sacred spiritual practice, helps a leader embody a sense of inner discipline and commitment to their higher purpose, ensuring their actions are aligned with the greater good and future well being of their nation or organization. Just like Mycroft, these practices allow leaders to make decisions that shape the future driven by a deep spiritual vision. Mycroft's position in the British government requires him to navigate moral complexities and competing interests. How can sadhana, Gayatri Japa, and Guru Puja help a leader in positions of power to make ethically sound decisions while staying true to their spiritual values? And in a world full of political compromises, sadhana, Gayatri Japa, and Guru Puja of phase 1 and phase 2 are invaluable in maintaining ethical integrity in leadership, especially when navigating moral complexities and political pressures. Sadhana, through its deep focus on self awareness and inner discipline, helps leaders become more attuned to their values and higher moral standards. It provides them with the clarity needed to make decisions that align with their spiritual truth, even when external circumstances push them to compromise. Gayatri Japa, as a mantra of divine wisdom, sharpens the leaders' intuitive insight, helping them discern right from wrong in challenging situations. It strengthens their connection to higher wisdom, guiding them toward ethical choices. Guru Puja, by establishing a deep connection with spiritual guidance, provides leaders with the strength and resolve to uphold their values, even when faced with the political challenges or compromises. These practices ensure that a leader like Mycroft can maintain their moral compass, spiritual integrity, and a sense of purpose, enabling them to make decisions based on a higher moral and ethical standards rather than yielding to the pressures of political power. So, Mycroft Holmes operates from a place of quiet strength and self confidence, rarely revealing his hand in political matters but always guiding the course of events. How can practices like Sudarshan Kriya, Agni Karam, and Shakti Kriya help a leader develop the inner strength and calm resolve necessary to lead effectively without the need for external validation or recognition? Sudarshan Kriya, Agni Karyam, and Shakti Kriya are instrumental in helping leaders cultivate inner strength and calm resolve. Sudarshan Kriya, with its profound breathing techniques, harmonizes the mind, body, and spirit, clearing emotional clutter and enhancing the mental clarity needed to make decisions from a space of inner peace. This allows the leader to operate with confidence and steadiness without being swayed by external opinions or the need for validation. Agni Karyam, through the sacred rituals and fire offerings, provides deep spiritual purification, removing internal conflict and reinforcing mental resilience. It enables a leader to act from a place of inner authority as they remain detached from external pressures. Shakti Kriya builds a leader's inner energy, fortifying their sense of purpose and ensuring they remain focused on their mission. Rather than seeking approval, these practices help create the inner strength and composed energy required to lead with the kind of quiet strength that Mycroft embodies, making powerful decisions without needing the world to recognize or validate his actions. One of the most fascinating aspects of Mycroft's character is his ability to stay in the background yet have a central influence on critical decisions. What role do practices like Guru Puja, Sanyam Sadhana of level 1 and level 2, and Trikal Sandhya play in helping a leaders remain humble and discreet in their powerful roles while influencing the world for the better? Guru Puja and Sanyam Sadhana of level 1 and level 2 and Trikal Sandhya are foundational in helping leaders maintain humility and discretion while exercising influence. Guru Puja fosters a sense of deep devotion and humility by connecting the leader with a higher source of wisdom and spiritual energy, keeping them grounded and focused on their service rather than seeking recognition. This helps them stay in the background, much like Mycroft, yet continue to influence outcomes. The Sanyam sadhana of level 1 and level 2, through regular practice of meditation and mindfulness, sharpens a leader's ability to remain detached and from the ego while developing a strong sense of inner peace. This enhances their capacity to act selflessly and avoid the trappings of fame or power. The recalls and they are performed at the auspicious times of dawn, noon, and dusk aligns the leaders' actions with the cosmic rhythm of time, helping them stay attuned to divine guidance and remain centered in their decisions. These practices work together to ensure that leaders can remain humble, discreet, and servant like while still wielding immense influence, like Mycroft, whose presence is felt without the need to be overt. Mycroft Holmes is known for his ability to observe and understand complex situations from a higher perspective, seeking patterns others might miss. So how can the practices of Sudarshan Kriya, Shakti Kriya, and Gayatri Japa help leaders sharpen their perception and intuitive insight to better understand and respond to complex situations? Sudarshan Kriya, Shakti Kriya, and Gayatri Japa are powerful tools for enhancing a leader's perception and intuitive insight, which are crucial when dealing with complex situations. Sudarshan Kriya, by clearing mental blockages and restoring balance to the body and mind, helps the leader sharpen their mental clarity, enabling them to analyze situations from multiple angles and see the bigger picture. This enhanced awareness allows for a deeper understanding of the subtle forces at play. Shakti Kriya generates a surge of vital energy, improving cognitive function and strengthening the leader's inner sensitivity. It enhances their ability to feel and sense the deeper truths underlying surface level appearances, much like Mycroft's ability to observe and interpret complex situations. Gayatri Japa as a mantra of divine wisdom sharpens the leaders' intuition and connects them with the universal intelligence that governs all of creation. This spiritual insight guides them in seeing patterns and underlying truths others might miss, making them more capable of responding with precision and foresight. By incorporating these practices, leaders gain the perspective, clarity, and necessary to navigate challenges and make informed and wise decisions, just as Mycroft Holmes does with its high level intellectual discernment. Mycroft's role in government is one of diplomatic subtlety, where his decisions shape the course of history without fanfare. How can practices like Sanyam Sadhana of level 1, level 2, Upadanam, and Agnikaram contribute to a leader's ability to practice diplomacy and maintain a quiet yet profound influence? Sanyam sadhana of level 1, level 2, Upanayam and Agnikaram are foundational practices that promote the diplomatic subtlety and quiet influence that leaders like Mycroft Holmes exemplify. Sanyam sadhana of level 1 and level 2 through meditation and mindful presence helps a leader cultivate calmness and self awareness, enabling them to remain composed in all situations. This equanimity is crucial in practicing diplomacy as it allows a leader to make decisions with clarity and without reacting impulsively to external pressures. Upanayana, which marks the initiation into spiritual life, instills a deep sense of discipline and responsibility, encouraging leaders to act with integrity while maintaining a low profile. It helps the leader stay aligned with their higher values while dealing with complex international or national matters. Agnikaram, with its focus on ritual offerings to the sacred fire, helps purify the mind, body, and emotions, ensuring that the leader is free from ego driven desires and can approach diplomacy with an open heart and a focus on long term harmony. Together, these practices help leaders maintain a quiet presence while wielding a powerful positive influence, much like Mycroft's understated yet profound role in shaping history. Mycroft Holmes, despite his great power, often operates without being motivated by personal gain. How can sadhana, Gayatri Japa, and Guru Puja help leaders develop a selfless attitude toward power and authority, ensuring that their actions are driven by a service to the greater good? Sadhana, Gayatri Japa, and Guru Puja are powerful practices that instill a sense of selflessness in leadership. Sadhana, through its focus on meditative practice and self awareness, enables leaders to detach from personal ego and focus on the greater mission. This self awareness ensures that they act not for personal gain but for the greater good. Gayatri Japa, with its deep spiritual resonance, connects the practitioner with divine wisdom, helping leaders shift their focus from personal desires to a higher purpose. The practice purifies the mind, aligning thoughts and actions with universal values. Guru Puja Phase 1 and Phase 2, as a sacred act of devotion, connects the leader to a higher source of guidance and reinforces their commitment to selfless service. By cultivating a deep connection to the divine, leaders can operate from a place of humility and compassion, just like Mycroft does, making decisions for the welfare of others rather than seeking personal gain. These practices ensure that leaders like Mycroft remain motivated by a sense of duty, spiritual purpose, and service rather than by the lure of power or recognition. Jai Gurudev. So, through the Jai Gurudev.